This is my squatch bag. And more specifically, this is my utility pouch. So I bag a Rolo. It's a lot of fun, and honestly, it's a great get out of jail free card in the woods. And currently, I'm bagging the Zone OS, but there's a disc that might change that. And I know what you're thinking, there's definitely enough room in that pocket for more than 2 discs, but I like to be minimal. I like to have the least amount of options, so we're gonna test these out, okay? All right, cool. So today we are at Firestein. It's in Ohio, and the disc that I'm specifically gonna be testing against the Zone OS is the Discraft Xtreme. And if you haven't heard of this, it's most likely because Discraft doesn't really make it that often. This is a 2022 Ledgestone edition, and I know Ledgestone just made some kind of glow for Chris Clemens, but that one kind of looks like a butthole. First shot was phenomenal. I did it. I did the same thing. All right, even playing field. I don't know if it's rained recently in Ohio. I'm just down here for work today, but it had to have, right? This is the only stick I could find. Just right here. And run away. Come on, Corey, you used to grind handrails. You should be able to do this. It's wet, guys. So I could probably end this review here with how well hole 1 went, but we're gonna continue. Hole 2 is 262. I don't think I can get this there. That's like my zone distance. That was all right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So if you aren't familiar with the Xtreme, it is a 6.314. Super beefy. And I know what you're thinking, why are you comparing a 6-speed to the Zone OS? But honestly, it's more of the same flight than you would think. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so close. Come on, we gotta go over here. I don't know why, but they put bushes and trees in front of every single hole, so you can't really see the basket. 266 again. Let's see if we can just completely rip this. Or should we go backhand? Let's go backhand. Into the tree. Yes! I tried to throw that so high, it did not work. To the Xtreme. Yeah, look at that thing. Holy moly. Now usually at this moment I would tell you, hey, if you haven't already, go out and try an Xtreme, but they're very rare, so I want them all to myself, so don't go get one. You see how crooked this basket is? Hold on. Okay, now you guys are like with the basket. Isn't that insane? We're gonna play from up here. All right, we're gonna play from under this tree because this is pretty much an ideal distance for what I would use either of these for. I went in the tree. So basically, the reason that I'm thinking about bagging and most likely bagging, I'm not gonna lie, this thing is incredible, is because this goes as far as my zones do without being the Zone OS. You know what I mean? Literally the same spot as the Zone OS. But like the Zone OS really only has one use case, and it is be good enough to use it as a wind fighter compared to your zones, or just be a ridiculously beefy disc. And I think the cool thing about the Xtreme is that it is the wind fighter version of a zone, but it feels a lot better to throw, especially forehand, because it's a mid, so it's a lot flatter. And it does what I want the Zone OS to do, but it does it better. So here's the Zone OS next to some corn, and there's the Xtreme. Both of them are putting distance, but obviously one's next to corn. Another tee pad is wet, so we're gonna go out here. Will I make either of these to this basket? Probably not, because this is a longer hole, but you know, I tried ripping on that so hard. Not bad. Oh, I almost hit both trees. Now, given that the Xtreme is the 6-speed, it does have a drastically sharper rim than the Zone OS, which means it will skip. Zone OS does not skip at all, but honestly, I don't mind that, because if you throw it high enough, there's no skip with the Xtreme, and then if you throw it low enough, it's a better disc. I don't know. Bring this back. Discraft, bring this back for real. All right, circle 2. We're not putting. And the Zone OS is probably circle 2 as well. Dry tee pads. All right, what does this say? 222. This is perfect for this slot. Straight ahead. Got some trees. We also have a river on like the left and behind it, but we're not getting there. I always forget how beefy that thing is. Like, I throw it like a zone thinking like, oh, it's gonna go straight at the basket. Why? I know that kind of ruins the fact that we're comparing these, but I'm definitely gonna throw this a little better. Out there. Well, I flexed it and it went to the same place. They're right next to each other. Man, that thing is extreme. Oh, that's why they called it that. And it is kind of weird that Discraft decided to like not make this a normal disc that they produce, because thinking about it, a very overstable, like high mid low fairway, no one makes those. Through the tree, not in the river. Not in the river. All right, cool. Where'd this one go? Oh, this one's actually putting. Yeah, I was just talking to Ben, who owns the throw shop at Lakeshore Disc Golf Course, but he was just talking about how no one really makes like a super beefy 7-speed, 6-speed, anything around there. It's usually a super beefy 9 or a somewhat beefy mid-range, like a 5-speed. But this does not have, do you see that? That's almost not a mid-range rim. It's really weird. It's like it wants to be a fairway, but it doesn't know how. Put it out to the left. Good job, Corey. You might actually be something someday. Yeah, see, that wasn't that much of a skip. I know at the end I'm going to ask you, like, comment down below which one should I bag, but it's going to be the Xtreme. Dog. If that's not proof that this 6-speed is so beefy that it's basically a Zone OS, I don't know what to tell you. All right, so on a normal day, you'd actually go back, because that's 8. We just threw from 7. But we're going to walk up, because this is a big boy. This actually looks like it could be a pretty cool hole. You got a tree, so you either have to forehand it towards the water, which I'm not doing, or backhand over the other tiny tree. Actually, you don't have to backhand over the other tiny tree. It's a lot farther than I thought. Zone OS is parked. This is going to be to the right. Yeah, I don't know why. I threw it on a spike hyzer. It should go the same place. For some reason, I thought because the Xtreme is extreme that it was gonna like go more to the left on a spike hyzer. If you haven't already figured this out, don't take like throwing advice from me. I'm terrible. Only take like disc suggestions, I guess you could say, because I find some pretty neat discs. Zone OS is parked, and honestly, for the Xtreme being thrown so much more to the right, not bad. That is another tee pad underwater. We'll move up here. The one good thing about puddles at the course is you can wash your disc off after it goes in the mud. All right, hole 9, last hole. We're gonna go standstill and just try and flex it around this tree. That was terrible. Subscribe. Let's do better than that. It's a lot better. Watch out, squirrel. Dude, these Ohio squirrels do not care. Like, is that even a real squirrel? Oh, now, okay, now it moves. Oh, I overshot the basket on both. So they're great for standstills. Hello, hole 2. This was fun. Comment down below, which one do you think I should bag? I haven't made up my mind yet. Tell me that's not a butthole.